No, we need to get sponsorship. Like, we need to get energy drink sponsorship.
You know those are ads, don't you? That's all they are.
Because when you're tired, Venom, the eye of the snake.
What's wrong with you? Why are
Call
you
us.
drinking energy drinks?
Because I had to drive here from Topeka.
Why did it take you so long?
Because I had to stop and get this energy drink. At your local store.
How much are they?
$8 a can.
Wow.
Well, it's also, squeeze it.
It smells disgusting.
Taste it. It's low calorie.
No way.
What's our topic that we're doing?
You tell us.
Okay, welcome to Enjoy Every Movie discussion time debate. We call it something different every time.
You call it something different every time. It's just iPod. And sometimes you call it iPodcast. Like me, myself, and iPodcast for some reason.
I called it iPodcast once. I remember that. Okay. Today on the iPodcast, we're going to be discussing our favorite non-human characters, which basically like are something animated, CGI, puppets. Basically, obviously, everything's voiced usually by a human, but
This is the long. There's a
Boomer. Come on, Boomer.
Come on.
my favorite character is that cat that keeps jumping.
Hey, you need to take that cat to PetSmart and get it a new brush.
Max is trying to get sponsorship for the podcast, so
Listen, it's a non-human character.
yeah, non-human character.
But-
not played by a human, but voiced by a human is okay. That's what I was trying to get at in my convoluted way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the best one ever.
Okay.
Wally. Wally, one of my favorites.
He's both non-human and CGI. Non-human. He's non-human in two categories.
Very minimal dialogue from the entire movie, and you just get such great emotion from him. You know exactly how you're supposed to feel, how he's feeling the entire movie. It's just just a great character.
I'm gonna chime in next and go with Beast from Beauty and the Beast, because he really goes on a journey, and there's a lot of emotional things that he's expected to do. But when he has to take out those wolves because they're attacking Belle, he doesn't hesitate, and he's just awesome.
Interesting note about Beast. He was voiced by a human, obviously, but when he yells and stuff, they mixed in sounds of real tigers and animals yelling and roaring, and then they did a mix together.
Beast, a very, very classic character that goes through a huge change.
Turns into a human.
Yeah.
Something we're all trying
Pretty
to
big
do.
change.
Well, he goes from human to beast back to human.
I've read the book.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie with, what's her name?
Claire Danes,
No, the newer one.
Linda Hamilton.
No, never mind.
Plus, it's very difficult to act with candlesticks and clocks. I hear they're real like prima donnas. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard for watches to like keep time.
That's stupid.
Oh, mine was stupid. It was a piggyback off yours. All right.
Give us a character.
One character that I really enjoyed is Alf. Alf is a hilarious puppet alien. And when you look at outtakes and stuff, it's like the puppet is the character. It's in a lot of ways, it's like the Muppet. I don't even want to know what Alf really looks like, the guy who does his voice. I never want to see him. I'm always going to think Alf is Alf.
It really destroyed the magic. Ryan, I can see you next. I don't need to.
Well, I just wanted to comment on what you said there. Whenever you look at outtakes, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, whenever they do outtakes, he stays in character and I always like.
And he improvs. A lot of the shows improv, and that's why the movies. There was a couple movies. That's why they're always bad, because I feel like they didn't let him improv as much. You got a whole set there. TV show is a little more relaxed. He felt more comfortable.
I always like in anything really, puppets or animated movies, where they'll do outtakes and then animate the outtakes and stuff. Like they did that with The Lion King.
Yeah.
Where they actually animated the outtakes that happened in the voiceover studio.
There's a lot of great Thundercats outtakes on the internet.
Yeah.
And also sponsored by the internet.
That's fun.
Find it at your local internet.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think the best animated characters or CGI or puppets is when the real actors, if they're on stage or on screen with real actors, is when they take it very seriously. Which is, I want to bring up Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because just because when I was a little kid, I was like, oh, this is so awesome, cartoons are real, talking to humans. And then I grew up and I watched that movie again, and it's actually a really great film noir. It's just like,
Yeah.
I understood so much more when I grew up.
And yeah, it's great, and technology was different back then. I mean, it was probably a lot harder to.
Well, I mean, it was a very groundbreaking film.
Yeah.
Whenever it came out.
And they had to. I saw like there's one scene that was deleted where Eddie Valiant he gets kind of cartooned up. He gets a cartoon pig head, and they had to they made a wire cartoon pig head, and then they just drew over each frame. And the film's moving, and they didn't have like digital tracking back then. It's pretty amazing.
And it still holds up. I mean, it was just awesome. Plus, they got I'll just never forget that scene where Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the parachute. That was just classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had just forgotten about that scene until you said you'd never forget about it.
Now you'll never forget about it.
I also want to mention the Ninja Turtles real quick because they were amazing puppets also.
They were, and you got to think about it. They're doing martial arts and shit. So.
Yeah, and they couldn't see out of the heads, and they're acting, and they just are really in the moment. Ryan, go ahead. Ryan's got a long list here. We need to really.
I don't really have any more that I want to talk about.
A couple pages.
I have
Jabba the Hutt is on his list.
Jabba the Hutt. Thanks, cool looking puppet.
Jabba the Hutt's cool. It was cool. Look at it now, though.
No, it's still cool.
I don't like it. I hate it.
I mean, if you look at it now in the movies, it's digital because he redid them.
Yeah. Digital. Why do you think he redid it? He was like, oh.
Well, Yoda, I guess, on the same page there. Another.
I was gonna say, I feel like out of 100 animatronics and puppets that they use in the Star Wars movies, Jabba the Hutt's probably the worst.
No, wait, Jabba the Hutt's cool. His face is awesome in the movies.
No, you're thinking of Pizza the Hutt from Spaceballs. That looks better than Jabba the Hutt.
That was a better puppet than Jabba the Hutt.
But Ryan used to work at Pizza Hut, so he really hated that character and everything he stood for. He's like, it should be a Domino's pizza, and he should be stale, and he should get there late to the set late every day. Domino's Pizza. We've changed.
I'm trying to get sponsored.
They know what I'm doing, Matt.
No, Boomer.
Ah, Boomer.
Come on.
Cat tranquilizers.
Let's go with worst non-human.
He's just checking the framing.
Worst non-human characters.
Worst non-human characters?
Yeah.
I think we have to start with Jabba the Hutt.
I think the worst non-human character. You guys remember Stickly?
Whatever. He was on my best list.
Nice.
Stickly is just a stick, and he's full of personality. He's
Worst.
like, oh, welcome to Nick in the Afternoon.
Worst
No, I'm
non-human
Stickly.
Hey.
Wilson's pretty good non-human character.
Wilson was Tim Allen's neighbor, and he was a human.
No, but he had that fence in front of his face. That
Yeah.
wasn't cute.
Yeah. Wilson. Well, it wasn't so much Wilson was a good character. It was that Tom Hanks acted off of Wilson.
Hey, I forgot I wanted to mention Syphil and Ollie.
Oh yeah, Syphil and Ollie.
Syphil and Ollie.
That's a good one.
They were fun.
Chester.
Character.
Chester's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
They made a joke about Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, and that goes right into Toy Story. Groundbreaking.
Yeah, and I was watching the original. They were talking about what type of character Woody was initially supposed to be, and they did some animation and stuff with Tom Hanks, and he used to be like a real dick, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Buzz, what do you think you're doing?" He was supposed to be sarcastic, and adults were supposed to relate to him, and just everybody hated it, and it didn't work. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. And that's what Tom Hanks does
See?
best, is he gets people to love him.
I know, but it was just weird that he signed on early, and they redid Toy Story a bunch of times to get it right before they even made it. Same with
Waited.
Pixar. Pixar is pretty notorious for they have an idea, they kind of write it out, and then they totally change it and come up with something completely new. And they spend a lot of time really developing the story. That's why they're so awesome. It's not like, here, this guy wrote the script. It's like one of them comes up with an idea, they all work together to write the script, and then when they all work on the filming and
It's
CG
pretty amazing
changes.
year after year to come out with a masterpiece, which
Yeah.
is really what
And I
pretty
think
much
it's,
all their films are.
watching their behind the scenes, it's like, that's why they're just so intense and just...
Sounds like they're a pretty close-knit family at Pixar.
Was that a pun?
So what's our next special coming up, Subchet?
Bring us into our next special, which is going to be what movie family would you wish to grow up in? So,
All right.
save that. We could go on all night about awesome non-human characters, I think.
And we probably won't be able to go on all night about awesome families.
Ryan put Dobby on his list
It's
too.
gonna be tough.
Dobby.
Why are you outing my list?
Mr. Potter.
We didn't even talk about Gollum, King Kong, and
Also on Ryan's list,
Caesar.
Caesar.
Thank you for watching.
and
No!
It's really cool.